Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 15 Thursday Night Football predictions between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the 49er injury report, starting with offensive lineman Ben Barch with an ankle injury, tackle Trent Williams with an ankle injury, safety Malik Mustafa with a chest and shoulder injury, all out for this game. Then moving on to defensive lineman Nick Bosa with a hip and an oblique injury, running back Isaac Guerrero with a foot injury, linebacker Dre Greenlaw with an Achilles injury, and defensive lineman Khalil Davis with a knee injury, all questionable for the game. Then moving on to linebacker Demetrius Flanagan Fowles with a knee injury, defensive lineman Yatur Gross Matos with a knee injury, D. Winters, linebacker with an ankle injury, offensive lineman Aaron Banks with a concussion, safety Talalona Fufanga, I don't know if that's how you say it, he has a wrist injury, while defensive lineman Sam Okuyinio, I don't know if that's how you say it, also has a wrist injury. Now, when it comes to the injuries, I think, obviously, losing Trent Williams is a horrible thing for the San Francisco 49ers. They lose their top left tackle, their blindside blocker, Malik Mustafa, pretty good safety. That's going to be a big loss. But if they lose Nick Bosa and Dre Greenlaw again, because Greenlaw has actually come up from the injury reserve, the fact is, they lose these two, that is a very big loss in the defense. And honestly, I expect both Isaac Guerrero and Nick Bosa to not play in this game. The other two, Greenlaw and Davis, will. This is going to be a tough defensive matchup for the 49ers, while the offense of the Los Angeles Rams, led by quarterback, we all know him, Matthew Stafford, they're not going to let up. And as long as the 49ers keep the pressure, that's all they need. But the pressure usually comes from Nick Bosa, so it's going to be very tough without him. Now, moving on to the 49er offense, starting with quarterback Brock Purdy, running back Isaac Guerrero, but if he cannot go, Patrick Taylor Jr. will take over. Fullback Kyle Juszczyk, wide receivers Deebo Samuels, Juwan Jennings, and Ricky Pearsall. Tight end, we got George Kittle. Left tackle, Jalen Moore is coming in for an injured Trent Williams. Left guard, Aaron Banks, Jake Brindell at center, Dominic Huey with the right guard position, and Colton Mekovitz with the right tackle position. Now, that offensive line is going to have a little bit of trouble on the blind side. Jalen Moore, I trust him, but I don't trust him as much as I do Trent Williams, so that's going to be a little bit of tough on the left side of the field, so watch out, Brock. But when it comes to the run game, they've been pretty iffy, but okay, even with or without McCaffrey, so I expect whether it be Guerrero or Taylor do a decent job. And in the past game, obviously, Juwan Jennings, Deebo Samuels, and Pearsall, especially Samuels, are the top receivers of this game. So realistically, look at some deep passes for the rookie Pearsall, maybe some mid-round of passes to Deebo Samuels, and right up there, right on the corners in the checkdowns, you got either George Kittle or Juwan Jennings. So you've got a really decent pass game and a decent run game with an okay offensive line. I think that the 49ers will do just fine, but it'll be very tough regardless, especially without your left tackle, Trent Williams. Now, moving on to the defense of the San Francisco 49ers, starting with defensive ends Leonard Floyd and Nick Bosa, but if Bosa cannot go, Robert Beal Jr. will take over. Defensive tackles, we got Malik Collins and Jordan Elliott. Weak side linebacker Devondre Campbell, inside linebacker Fred Warner, and strong side linebacker Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. Quarters, we got Charvarius Ward and Renardo Green. Nickelback Demadre Lenore. Free safety Jair Brown and Talanoa Hufanga at the strong safety position. Now, when it comes to the defense of the 49ers, like I said before, pressure comes to the quarterback. That is what they need to do. Whether they have Bosa or not, they've got Floyd on the other side. Maybe send in Campbell or Flanagan Fowles in as a blitzer. it all really has to come down to pressuring Stafford into making mistakes. And I think that it'll be just fine in the defensive line, even without Bosa. It'll just be different without Bosa. While the linebacking core, I trust that. And the corners, Kavarius Ward and Green have been pretty decent. Lenore has been as well. And so have the safeties. So I really have not that much issues with the 49er defensive backs. It's mostly on the defensive line, but even that is honestly not really much of a problem for me. Now, moving on to the Rams injury report, we got cornerback Kobe Durant with a chest injury and tight end Tyler Higbee with a knee injury, both out for the game. Then moving on to defensive end Tyler Davis with a calf injury, wide receiver Jordan Whittington with a shoulder injury, tight end Davis Allen with a shoulder injury, wide receiver Demarcus Robinson with a shoulder injury, offensive lineman Beau Limber with a knee injury, and offensive lineman Ulrich Jackson with a knee injury. All questionable for the game. Now, when it comes down to it, obviously losing Durant and Higbee are two big losses for the LA Rams. But honestly, who else are they going to lose? Out of all of the questionables, only Beau Limmer will actually make it. Everyone else will, in fact, be out for this game, in my opinion. They will most likely be game time decisions, and they will be left out due to injury. So it's going to be a very tough time on the offense of the LA Rams. Like, this is just an offensive injury report. Like, you got two offensive linemen, two receivers, and two tight ends. And honestly, on defense, what do you have? You got a corner and a defensive end. That's it. But yeah, I'm saying that this is going to be a horrific game offensively for the Matthew Stafford-led in Los Angeles Rams. But to be honest, look at what happened against the Bills. Maybe they'll do it again. Now, on to the offense of the Los Angeles Rams, starting with quarterback Matthew Stafford, running back Kyron Williams, wide receivers Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Demarcus Robinson. But if Robinson cannot go, Tyler Johnson will take over. Then we get tight end Colby Parkinson, left tackle Aldrich Jackson, but if he cannot go, Justin Dedich, I think that's how you say it, will take over. Steve Avila will be the left guard, Beau Limmer the center, but if he cannot go, Jonah Jackson will take over. Then right guard Kevin Dotson and right tackle Rob Havenstein. Now offensively, I think that they're going to be honestly pretty decent in both the run and pass game. They're going to be more or less 50-50 with it. Kyron Williams probably around or over 100 yards. Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua each getting a touchdown in this game. Probably. But realistically, I think that Matthew Stafford will at least do something in order to get this win. Because realistically, the Stafford-led Rams are just one game away from the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks lose on Sunday night, and they take the lead in the division if they beat the 49ers. So realistically, this is a very big game. And offensively, they're going to have some trouble due to the offensive line. But it's still going to be in their camp due to the fact that the injuries on the 49ers defense is also very strong. But I think the 49ers still have problem due to the loss of their tackle rather than their defensive players. Now on to the defense of the Los Angeles Rams, starting with defensive ends Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner, nose tackle Bobby Brown III, Byron Young at weak side linebacker, inside linebackers Christian Roseboom and Omar Spites, with strong side linebacker Jared Verse, cornerback Darius Williams and Akila Witherspoon, free safety Quentin Lake, and Cameron Curl at strong safety. Now this defense is going to have not that much of a bad time against the O-line of the San Francisco 49ers, especially with Fisk and Brown. And then you get Young and possibly Verse off the edge. Those are some pretty good options. And obviously, Christian Roseboom and Spites, pretty decent linebackers. Darius Williams and Akila Witherspoon, also decent backs. And Quentin Lake and Curl, decent defensive backs in the backfield all the way down the safeties. Realistically, I'm seeing this as a bit of an issue for the 49ers due to the fact that they lost their tackle Trent Williams, but it's also a problem because Kobe Durant, one of the best corners on the Los Angeles Rams, is out for this game. So that's going to be a very bad thing for the LA Rams. But I still think that their defense will do just enough to potentially give the Los Angeles Rams enough room to win the game. Now, in conclusion, I have the 49ers losing this game 13-12. I think it's going to be a missed extra point, something like that. We're going to be seeing potentially 2 field goals from the Rams, a touchdown. It all really depends how it happens because either it's 2 touchdowns and a missed extra point, or it's a touchdown and 2 field goals. While the 49ers miss not only 1, but 2 extra points in this game, making it 12-13. And honestly, this is not going to be a very good game for the kickers. But as far as I care, the 49ers, I'm hoping they win so that gives more of a push for Seattle to make it as the NFC West champions. But realistically, in my opinion, I think that the 49ers will lose this game to the Los Angeles Rams. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win, the 49ers or the Rams? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.